Hello, NFL fans. We are back. We are here for NFL Championship weekend. Two great matchups, and sadly, the Packers are not one of them. Let's have a moment of silence for that. But don't worry, they'll be back next year. They'll be back ready to challenge for the Super Bowl next year. It is not a delusional thing. Joe Barry is now gone, and maybe, just maybe, the right defensive coordinator can propel this defense to where the 49ers were this year, which would be a great thing to see. But let me know what you think down in the comments below, and let's get into it with our first game of the week, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens. And again, I am not a fan of either of these teams, but seriously, do not be surprised if the NFL plays a hand in raising the Chiefs from the dead and making sure they get to the Super Bowl. Do not be surprised at all. The Baltimore Ravens are the better team. Their defense is better. Lamar Jackson is playing better than Patrick Mahomes is right now. They have a better rushing attack. They are better on just about everything. Well, maybe with the way the Chiefs have been playing on defense, their defense is somewhat comparable to the Baltimore Ravens, but Baltimore Ravens really played well last week, although let's admit they were kind of playing against a high school team based on all the injuries the Houston Texans were playing with. I mean, they were just decimated with injuries, but Lamar Jackson should have a good game. It's probably going to be cold, but both these quarterbacks are shown they can both perform in the cold. It should be a great game. Probably be a battle of rushing attack. Whoever can run the best in this game and whoever wins the turnover battle surely should win the game. But again, like I said, do not be surprised if the NFL finds a way to make sure the Chiefs get in the Super Bowl. Would not be shocked at all. I'm still going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. I think they are the better team overall, and if they can get free like they did last week in the second half, but the whole game. See, that's the thing about the Baltimore Ravens. They have to play like they did in the second half the whole game. Because if they get down behind, we've seen they can come back, but we've also seen the Baltimore Ravens in close game situations. They do tend to lose. They didn't seem to tend to lose this year. They had a couple breakdowns, especially when they had bigger leads. They had a couple breakdowns, like especially against the Browns. I mean, that was just a terrible performance in the second half for them. But I do believe that Lamar Jackson will finally get to the Super Bowl, finally get the respect he deserves because he's played well this year. Admittedly, stats really aren't that great this year, not like they were in his first MVP season, but he still has played very well, limited his amount of interceptions, whereas Mahomes has gone over the top with his interceptions. The Chiefs do have a chance to win, but they have to find some sort of rapport with Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is going to have to get open, so will Kelsey. And yes, I know we're going to be seeing with Taylor Swift over and over and over again, but it's going to be a great matchup. I think the Baltimore Ravens win 23-20, something like that. It's going to come down to the end, but again, I'll say this for the third time. Do not be surprised if the Chiefs find a way to win, and do not be surprised if it's a bad call that propels them to victory, but Baltimore Ravens win 23-20. Next, we have our last game of the week, our nightcap. The San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions. I would have figured that the NFL script writers would have had Packers in Detroit like they did 2011 with Packers Bears, but sadly, the Packers kind of choked it up at the end. Kind of. They're still a young team, still have a lot to play for, but it was kind of a choke job. But the Lions are looking strong. They're looking fierce, although last week they didn't play so well in the second half. I mean, they were able to get a few touchdowns, but the fact that the Buccaneers had a chance to win at the end is kind of a thing to worry about, to be honest. No, Jared Goff is good. We know their rushing attack, their two-headed running attack monster is great. Their defense, not so much. They can stop the run. They're just not very good at stopping the pass. And if Brock Purdy is able to play like he has for most of the year, maybe not so much last week, but he played well enough to win. If he plays more so like earlier in the season, he should be able to put up some points on this Detroit Lions defense. Now, Deebo Samuel is 50-50 to play. I bet he finds a way to play just because he's so competitive. But even if isn't able to play, I think they'll still be able to win, but they may struggle a little bit at times because he really opens up that offense. This ability to run, ability to go into the play, ability to just about be anywhere and make a play. Although the rushing horse, Christian McCaffrey, will be running a lot, and if he can pressure that Lions rush defense, boy, it'll be a long day for the Lions. But I think it's going to be a very close game overall. The Lions do have a great chance to win. Can they find to go to the Super Bowl for the first time in team history? I think they can. But to be honest, I just see a Baltimore 49ers Super Bowl. We've been led up to this moment all year as the two best teams for most of the year, and it's probably going to come to fruition. But the Lions, if they can play well, if they can get some stops, if their passing defense can get a couple turnovers here and there, they may be able to win. I just think the 49ers are the better team overall. They should be able to run, should be able to pass, and really torch that Lions secondary. But it's going to be a close game. 49ers win. I think it'll be a little higher scoring than the other one. 49ers win 30-27. Again, probably come down to the last drive of the game. Whoever wins the turnover battle, as always, should win the game. But 49ers win 30-27. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know what you think your prediction for the Super Bowl will be. And let's just enjoy one of the last two football games of the season before the final one 2 weeks from now. Let me know what you think. Have a great day. As always, go Pack Go, and God bless.